Welcome to GNT, your one-stop shop for gaming news and whatever else we want to talk about. I'm Nick.
And I'm Brandon.
Today we're going to start with Atari has released images of their new Ataribox. This is the first I'd heard of it. It's unclear, I guess, exactly what the box is going to be meant to run. They said they're going to bring back classic games as well as, quote, current gaming content. Not sure exactly what that means, like which games or...
Well, see, it's not actually Atari because a company bought out the Atari name. So it's kind of Atari, but isn't. So, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to reach out to nostalgic players and then also offer current Android or iOS, games that you can play, which would be kind of a neat, a neat thing.
Yeah.
Kind of make it more unique than the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo box, but we'll see.
It will have HDMI output, an SD card slot, and 4 USB ports.
So that's what makes me believe that they'll be running at least Android-level games that have higher res graphics, because you don't need HDMI for Space Invaders.
No.
So,
it's something to keep your eye on. A Star Wars augmented reality headset has been announced. It will have 2 games have been confirmed so far, and that's Holo Chess and Jedi Challenges. Jedi Challenges, it looked like from the teaser. I don't know if it comes with, I'm assuming it comes with like the lightsaber hilt that they used, and it was a hilt and then had like a light on the end of it. And then of course in the augmented reality you see the blade come out and stuff. No date or price yet, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, to see how well they can do the augmented reality.
It's not a blade. It's a saber.
It's a saber. Yeah.
Light. I'm just busting your balls. I don't know why I picked you said blade, and I'm like, it just doesn't sound right, but whatever.
But heck, anyway, I can play Holo Chess, so I'm in. So.
Yeah, but you always got to lose to Chewbacca, so what's the sense?
Yeah, you always lose.
Yeah, you always lose to Chewie. Good old Chewbacca.
The final season of Telltale's The Walking Dead has been announced. It will be coming out next year. It'll be the 4th season. There's a few comments from the YouTube video. Reese Pickering said, "Is this the final season?" No. God, Cyan, Prodigy. One final big bang to go out. Please don't let Clem die. Smug Bun, if she dies, this is non-canon. The Main Man, good because there are more games coming out. Bad because I have to buy more games. So that's kind of the curse of gaming. And then Matt Thornton said, "An extremely early prediction, but I reckon it'll end with Clementine coming across either Alexandria, Hilltop, or the Kingdom." I think that would be awesome, and I think it'd be a really good idea, but for some reason I don't imagine they'll go that way.
They won't. Maybe, but it won't be. It'll end like that, and there'll be no tie into the show, if that's what people's hopes are. I mean, I doubt it, because Telltale's always like to keep itself separated from... the other, from the series or from popular, like they try to do their own thing with Batman and their own thing with Borderlands and so on and so forth. So, they also did announce The Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah.
So, Telltale's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes back to what we've said many times before about it's good to see a developer that's able to do their artistic vision of how they want the game and for it to be successful. This isn't a game, like I myself haven't picked up the game, but I like the art style that all of them have, and I like the idea that, it's doing good.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, but it's one of those things where I'm still 100% for it, and I'm like I said, I'm glad to see it's doing well. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I played the first season, and then I started watching one YouTuber playthrough, I think season 2, so once you kind of see what happens, there's not as much draw to it, but definitely a good game. And as far as tying into the TV show, like I said, I don't think it will happen. I hope they make it definitive. I hope they don't just have her kind of walking off into the sunset and be like, oh, maybe she'll be in the TV show. But
I thought you meant definitive as live happily ever after.
Oh, no.
Because I don't think you could do that,
No.
especially not in the Walking Dead universe. I think even how the show will end will be, okay, we've overcome kind of like the final big hurdle, but, you know, we've still got a long road ahead of us, and just let it be at that.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, did you see they released the Season 8 poster?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they had shown some more Negan people. It kind of... The way the poster was laid out, it kind of made me feel like we were going to see Eugene come back to the good side, because Eugene was there, and he was right next to... I can't think of Daryl's arch nemesis. Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's next to Dwight. So does Dwight go back to the bad side? Does he go back to, you know, I can't even think of the Negan. Does he go back to Negan or what? You know,
I don't know what's up with Dwight. To me though, right now, especially after the season finale, like Eugene's with Negan. Like it was decided there and then for me that okay, if you come across him in battle, just put him down, shoot him, you know. But I mean, I'm not saying that he won't try to switch sides at some point.
Well, my argument to that is they knew how Eugene was. I mean, look what he did to Abraham. He lied to Abraham, told him he had a cure, used that to his advantage, and sold that to get him to where he was. So I don't think he belongs to any team. I think Eugene's a fair weather survivor, meaning. Okay, he's making the best of what he can being with Negan. The Negan thing falls through. He'll come back to Rick's group and do the best he can with Rick's group. You know?
Yeah.
Although they might not forgive him if they find out that he aided in Sasha killing herself. I don't know. Well, that was a spoiler alert, by the way. You know.
Oh.
You know, we like to keep it spoiler free here on GNT. Real spoiler free.
Nintendo filed several trademarks relating to its controllers. One was the Nintendo 64 controller. I don't know if it was like an image or something for the controller, but I mean, having released the NES Mini and now the Super NES Classic coming out, I would think that the Nintendo 64 would be coming at some point.
I just think it's getting a little like, okay, the NES thing was nostalgic. I see the Super NES thing because there were a lot of good games, and I'm sure there's a lot of good games on the 64. But at one point, does it become just a cheap marketing ploy because your main console sucks ass? You know, I don't know. Nintendo. The way Nintendo goes about handling stuff just really doesn't impress me, and it's sad because they have the possibility. Like I said, they have the possibility of being in the running.
Oh yeah.
Bring out a decent console, like you used to, and run with the big boys. You know what I mean? If you were able to play your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, and then have like Mario and really kick-ass Zelda and really kick-ass Metroid and then even get like an old school Castlevania to come back and I mean there is a possibility for Nintendo to get back into the mainstream, and now it seems we've gone offline. So I know I want to keep on making the hand motions.
Just keep the hand motions coming. Okay, we're live. All right. It says we're live, but it says we're offline.
Oh, I don't know. It's tomfoolery on this episode of GNT. We're live, we're not live, we're live, we're offline.
You're live and you're offline.
We're live offline.
Oh.
It's new. I don't know.
I'm going to say we're live.
I'm going to say Mike screwed our internet. I'll blame it on the tenant of our studio.
Oh, there.
There we go. We're back online. We're live. We're online.
But yeah, I agree with what you just said.
All right. Yeah, we're live.
We're live and we're offline.
All right, good deal.
No, yeah, I think Nintendo took it. I mean, the Wii worked for them because it was new and people thought it was popular, and then they just kept going that route. I don't think that was the best way to go. But
well, it's kind of like Sega before Sega got out of the game, the console game. I mean, they had the Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast was a great console. I mean, really innovative and pretty powerful. There was a lot of good games. I remember playing a game called Shenmue, which the second one came out, I think, for the Xbox or the Xbox 360 or whatever. But the original Shenmue was like nothing. It had really good graphics, and it was a really different game. It wasn't for everybody. It wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but it was a really different game. There was that. There was Phantasy Star Online, which was awesome. I mean, I'm talking, this is online gaming. This is like Phantasy Star Online as far as consoles. For me, my first memory of online gaming is Phantasy Star Online. I loved that game. And then you had a Super Sleeper. We're offline live again. Super Sleeper RPG called Skies of Arcadia, which was just the bee's knees. It was just whenever I was getting into really good RPGs. I played Wild Arms. I played Final Fantasy VII. Then I got this game, and it was set in a world that had like floating islands. So you had a flying like pirate ship, and you'd actually do air battles against other pirate ships, and it was actually like a dynamic system, and it was so much fun. Yeah. And you got to upgrade your ship, and then you got to the point where then you got this new ship that was super advanced that you stole from a base. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was one of those things where you thought, oh, that'd be so awesome, and then you got in the ship, because you come in and you're like, oh, there's a super advanced ship, and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to go against that, thinking you're gonna fight it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there's this escape scene, and where do you go? You go into the super advanced ship. You're like, no way! Is this really happening? And then you get that ship, and then you can upgrade it, and it's just awesome. It's like, oh, it's just one of those games that really was, for me, it was really good, and I'd really like to play it again someday. But it's just one of those things where, like we've said, there's so many games, and there's so many good games coming out, and there's not enough time in the day to play everything that you'd like to play.
No.
It's definitely, I gotta watch. I'd like to watch maybe all the cutscenes, like on YouTube, if somebody did that. I'll have to look that up. But
yeah, so many games, so little time. A supposedly super hard level of Crash Bandicoot is available for download if you have the Insane Trilogy. It was a level made for the first game, but they never put it into the normal game. I think if you had, what was it called? The shark thing? Dream Shark or whatever it's called. Then somehow you could unlock it, but it wasn't in the normal game. It's called Stormy Ascent, and it's free for a month. You can just go download it, and then it'll be $3. So if you've been playing Crash Bandicoot and want a challenge,
you want to get your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
You can either get it for free or pay $3 later and get your ass handed to you. You choose. You choose how you get your punishment.
The first legendary Pokemon will appear at Pokemon Go Fest this Saturday at the Grand Park in Chicago. There will be like a live stream of the event, and the legendary Pokemon will then, after that event, be able to be found in the game. So if you're still playing Pokemon Go,
you better head to Chicago.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be with your people. Enough said. Let's move on.
All right. A copy of one of the rarest games of all time, Stadium Events for the NES, sold for $41,977 on eBay. It was factory sealed and came with the family fitness pad. I just imagine if you had $42,000 to spend on a rare video game. Like, I don't know what your life is like at that point, but
pretty damn good if you've got the factory sealed and the family fitness pad. That's what I'm talking about. You're
That's
living
crazy.
high in life, man.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
That's all our gaming topics. I saw Spiderman. You didn't get a chance.
I didn't see Spiderman.
Didn't see it.
They went without me.
We did. I'll just give my generic.
No, I want to hear in depth.
You want spoilers?
Yes. I want spoilers. Give me spoilers, Nick.
There's nothing. I mean, crazy. There's one thing that I won't say because it was a really cool thing they did.
Say it.
No, I'll leave that one part out. But basically, this movie, it wasn't the quality of the movie that I thought was suffering. It was just the direction they took it, because it's a coming of age movie. It's about this teenager that gets these powers and how it affects his social life at school and personal life, and focuses a lot on that aspect, which I didn't really care about. So that's why overall I thought it was a good movie, but just the direction they took isn't what I would have liked to have seen. There's good action in it.
Was Michael Keaton actually Batman in that movie?
No, not that I know of.
Damn it.
I'm sure there's a fan theory you could find out there.
Was the Joker in it?
No.
Damn it. What's Michael Keaton without Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, really.
Oh, man.
No, but Michael Keaton was really good.
See, I don't. From what I saw in the previews, I mean, he's a good actor, but I mean, I don't know.
No, the acting in the movie was
he was
awesome.
supposed to portray, what, the Falcon?
Yeah.
And the Falcon that I know from, like, the cartoon series and whatnot was bald and older, and Michael Keaton just didn't seem to fit into that Falcon role for me, but that's neither here nor there because I haven't seen the movie yet, so it really doesn't matter what I think.
No, and then the other thing with this movie, and it was kind of the same thing with Rogue One, which I liked Rogue One too, but if they wouldn't have put Tony Stark in the advertisements at all, and then I think I would have liked this movie more, because I went in and excited to see Iron Man and Spider-Man side by side, and you really don't get much. I mean, Tony Stark isn't in it much at all, and as much as he was advertised, like Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Oh, now see, I'll argue that because from the previews, I got the hint that Tony Stark wasn't going to be in it that much.
Okay.
Now, as far as Rogue One goes, that's a mixed bag of tricks. I mean, I like Darth Vader, but it didn't make or break it for that movie as far as the amount of time that he was in it. I just like that movie, period. But
I did too. I think the first time I saw it, actually the second time I watched Rogue One, I think I enjoyed it a lot more, because the first time the whole time I was like, okay, when's Darth Vader coming? And same thing with Spider-Man. I was like, okay, where's Iron Man? Where's Iron Man? So I think the next time I see Spider-Man, I think I'll enjoy it more just because I know it's coming. But there was one scene in the trailer that it was like right at the end where he is flying right by Spider-Man. They come swinging in the city, and Iron Man's flying and Spider-Man's swinging. That wasn't even in the movie.
Hey, you know what? I just thought of something, and it's really going to blow your mind.
What?
And it has to do with your favorite movie.
Movie.
One of your more recent favorite.
Oh,
movies.
Logan?
Yes. Okay. In that movie, we see Wolverine die. We see Professor X pretty old. Okay. I don't think we ever see any signs of Magneto or anybody else. How can that have happened if Days of Future Past, he goes back in time and Professor is still sane then, and he's much older? I mean, that's far, far in the future in Days of Future Past than it is in the Logan movie.
See, I thought Logan came after that. Like, after he goes back in time, and I thought then that goes into Logan.
I
I don't know. That was always kind of confusing. I mean, the timelines with those movies is confusing.
Well, everything kind of reset after
Yeah.
Days of Future Past. So did Days of Future Past happen before or after Logan? I mean, it almost have to. If Logan happens after Days of Future Past, then I guess it kind of makes sense. It can kind of work. But I think the technology that they show in Logan doesn't compare to the technology that they have in, like, they have those hover ships that the super advanced Sentinels, you know.
Because I think, as I understood it, I thought to the point he goes back to was before the hover ships and that stuff would have happened. I don't know.
Just food for thought.
Yeah.
It may have ruined your entire world.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just
ruined.
leave it at that.
It's ruined.
Yes. And then we had a couple trailers come out. The new Kingsman, what's it called? Golden Circle, I think. That looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I think it'll do well. Has Channing Tatum in it and Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And again, there's I wish that movies. I know they do all this advertising stuff to sell the movie, but I think it would have been awesome if they didn't show that guy was alive in the trailer and left it for the movie.
I didn't see it, but I didn't catch it in the, or maybe it was in the trailer, but I didn't really. There wasn't a lot of it, but in the clips and in the previews that were showing the clips, like on YouTube where you see a picture, it showed that guy with the eye patch. So.
And I know they show him because he was a character in the first one. They want to sell it, but it's like, just leave it for the movie. Let us be surprised in the movie. But
now I'm really pumped to see it, though, knowing that guy's alive. I did like him. So
I did too.
That's even more fuel to my fire. And then we had Pacific Rim 2, and first I liked the direction they went with the new what was this Jaeger called? Gypsy Danger or Gypsy?
I don't remember.
I can't remember, but I liked the direction they went with the newer version of it. And then it started showing some other Jaegers, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it showed that actor, and I'm like, okay, you're piloting that Jaeger now? I mean, they got to bring back, like, some of the people from the first one,
Well, isn't this one before the first one?
I don't think.
Oh, because I thought he was...
I don't know.
I thought he was playing the guy from the first one, a younger version.
Well, yeah, but if that's the case, then all the Jaegers were more advanced in the preview for this one than they were in the first one.
It did seem like that.
And the one thing that I did pick up on, that Gypsy Danger had the sword, which it didn't have prior to this. So I don't know. I don't think. I think it's there's supposed to be a second rift that opens. It could be a prequel. I don't know.
Because, he kind of the same accent, unless he's, related to him. Or I guess he could just be from the same place. But
it could be his son.
Yeah.
They could have it,
Yeah.
have a crazy thing like that. But if they don't have the people from the first one, return.
Yeah, because I like that main character. I forget what his name is. But
yeah, they definitely need to do that. I watched the Castlevania series on Netflix, and if you've ever even seen, if you know what Castlevania is, do yourself a favor and watch that miniseries. I think that is probably one of the hands down it was badass, and it really did the Castlevania name justice. I mean, it wasn't, it didn't tarnish it. It really made it. I still might purchase Symphony of the Night.
One.
Yeah, that was your favorite one. You told me that before. Symphony of the Night. I might buy that on Xbox One to play it through it, because it was just so awesome, that anime. And then the ending was just mind blown. I mean, really led up to a kick-ass second season. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to see Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, on Saturday, so I'm really pumped for that.
I am too.
I think that's going to be really kick-ass, so I'm excited for that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'd also like to see Baby Driver at some point.
Yeah.
But
all right, we're live offline.
We're live and offline again. All right.
Soon to be offline and not
offline. Hey, thanks for watching, listening, whatever you're doing right now. Check our YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, check out our SoundCloud, wherever you want it. Follow us, and we will see you next time.